Hey, you guys, this is Dee Edwards. Thank you guys so much for being on this webinar on today. I am super excited because I have an opportunity to share with you guys and to help you to understand if the tax industry, if this is the right industry for you. And so before we get started, I do want to let you know that the chat box will be available. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, be sure to share them in the chat box, and we're going to have a Q&A session where I have an opportunity to answer questions for you. Okay. All right. So I need to make sure that you guys can hear me. Okay. And then we'll move forward. So if someone can just give me a thumbs up or say, yay, we can hear you, that would be amazing. And then we'll move forward. Okay. If you guys can let me know, that would be amazing. You can just put a comment in the chat box and then we will move forward. Okay, perfect. So let's get started. All right, so first of all, let's just start off talking about what can the tax industry do for you. And I want to share with you guys a little of my background and how I got started in the tax industry. I got my taxes prepared for the first time when I was 18 years old. And during that particular time, I was just fascinated with the way that the lady who is still preparing taxes today, and that's been 20 years ago, how she was just inputting the information into the system. And so the next year, I decided that I was going to prepare my own taxes. And then I started recruiting like family and friends. And here I am 20 years later, still in the tax industry. It's crazy. And initially, when I started out in the industry, I wasn't serious about it. I wasn't making good money in it. You know, I was just charging people whatever I thought that I should make, you know, for preparing them their taxes. So I wasn't doing it professionally. I did not start preparing taxes professionally until I lost my job. And once I lost my job, I had to decide quickly, like, what am I going to do in order to generate money? And that's when I decided that I was going to go into the tax industry. Now, here's the thing. I thought that I was going to be working for another tax company for the rest of my life. I really did, because I always thought that I would be better being number two than being number one. But probably a year later, after working for the company, I decided, and my husband and I, we decided that we were going to open up Accurate Tax Services, where we provide accurate services to individuals that's in the tax industry. And then from that, that's how we got into the education side of it, got into the coaching and the consulting. So it just started to grow. And so a lot of times when people enter into the tax industry, they really just feel like, oh, taxes is just about tax preparation. It's more than tax preparation if you want it to be. So you decide what it is that you want to get out of the industry, just like we decided that we wanted to make this something that we do full time, and we became serious about it. Now, listen, I love to show individuals, my husband and I, this was us before the tax industry. So if any of you all are ever wondering if the tax industry can make a difference in your life, it absolutely can make a difference in your life, because honey, child boo boo, look at me after being in the tax industry. So when I tell you that the tax industry have the potential to change your entire life, it has the potential to change your entire world. Look at what it has done for me. So so if it has done this for me, I can only imagine what it can also do for you if you decide that this is something that you truly want to get into. And so before we move forward, I definitely would like to let you guys know that I am doing this webinar on the behalf of Tax Genie Tax Service, which you guys are having an opportunity to learn more about it, okay? All right, so just in case you guys want to know a little bit more about me, I am a CEO, I'm an author, I am a kingdompreneur. So that means that I am a full-time entrepreneur who build businesses based upon biblical principles. I believe that you can be saved and paid at the same doggone time. And then also, I am a kingdomaire. So what does that mean? That means there's no limit to the amount of money that I can make. So I'm not a millionaire, I'm not a billionaire, I am a kingdomaire. And so you can be a kingdomaire too, because the great thing about being in the tax industry is that you have an opportunity to decide whether or not you want to make money in this industry for a short period of time or for a long period of time. Also, you should know that I'm a wife, mom, I'm a Christian entrepreneur. I'm a full-time educator, consultant, and coach in the tax industry. I have been a taxpreneur for 20 years, and I help others to start, grow, and build profitable tax firms. I am the co-owner of several tax firms in Alabama, and I partner with several tax offices throughout the world. And then also, I'm the co-owner of the First Tax School, which is independently owned in Alabama, that provides continuing education credits to tax pros, enrolled agents, and CPAs all over the world. So right there, I would clap for my own self, because oftentimes when you achieve something great, you don't have to wait on other people to cheer for you or to clap for you. You can clap for your doggone self. So I started clapping for myself every time that I say that, because that is such a huge accomplishment. Most of the times where you see tax schools, they are attached to tax companies, but our company is not. Most of the tax schools out there are attached to national brands, but this school is not. It's actually independently owned, and we train tax pros all over the world. So you are not attached to any tax company when you decide to take continuing education credits through our school. And then also, I'm the co-owner of the first 16,000 square foot small business hub for entrepreneurs in Central Point, Alabama. Okay. Now, also, you should know that I'm also anointed to pull individuals out of poverty through the power of entrepreneurship by teaching and training taxpreneurs to build sustainable and profitable tax firms. Okay. All right, so our objective today and what we are going to cover is why work in the tax industry, why people choose not to work in the tax industry, because I want to give you the pros and cons so that you can make an informed decision regarding this industry. Also, what do you need to work in the tax industry? Should you work for yourself? You'll learn a little bit more about our services, and then I have an opportunity to do Q&A with you guys, okay? So first of all, let me go over some numbers with you all, if that's okay with you. So first of all, there was $9 billion generated in revenue in the tax industry in 2012. Do y'all know how much is $9 billion? That is a lot of money for any particular industry. And so the industry grew over 2% from 2010 to 2015, okay? And so that's letting you know that this industry is steadily, it's just improving, and that it's continuing to grow. And so the average tax pro range approximately about $10,000 their first year. And so think about working in the tax industry for about 3 months and I'm making approximately $10,000 additional to what you may be bringing in. Is that good money? Absolutely, that is good money. And just depend on who you are and your hustle and how much you really believe in this industry, you can make even more money. So I'm gonna discuss some ways that you guys can truly make money in this industry. Okay. Next, I just want to let you guys know that the chat box is open. And so here's the time that you should grab your pen and paper and take some notes. And if you have any questions, be sure to let me know and I will address them for you. Okay. All right. Next. Okay, so why the tax industry? So first of all, it is a low startup cost and it has a high profit margin. Anytime that you're thinking about going into the tax industry, not in a tax industry, when you're thinking about going into a business, you need to understand the startup cost and then the profit margin. You want to know how long will it take for you to earn your money back and to begin to see profit in your business. What I love most about the tax industry is that after you spend, a few $100s getting in the industry, getting set up, like you really don't have to spend as much money on anything else besides, marketing here and there. But the expenses are low. the startup cost is low, and then you have such a high profit margin. And so this is one of the industries where you can see a return on your money very quickly. Now, if you guys have been an entrepreneur like me, you know that statistics say that most businesses take about 5 years before you're able to see profit in business, but not in the tax industry. You can sow or invest in yourself getting into the tax industry, and in the same year, sound like a scripture to me, that you will also profit and receive more than what you have put into this industry. So this is definitely a good reason as to why you should want to jump into this industry. Second, it's one of the few industries that everyone needs. So it doesn't matter what race, what culture, what state, or where you live. This is an industry that people who are all around you, included in your household, this is one of the industries that they will need. So that means for you is that you always have an opportunity to gain more clients. You always have an opportunity. So there are few industries like this. And so when you're thinking about going into a business, you want to think about how many clients will actually need the type of service that you're offering. And so when you're thinking about the tax industry, please understand that when you look around, no matter where you go, you can be in church, you can be in the real estate industry, you can be, it doesn't matter. You could be a dentist, you could be at the gas station. It doesn't matter what industry that you are in. This is one of the few industries that you will surely have an opportunity to meet someone that you can prepare their taxes for. Okay, next, the flexibility in the schedule. What I love most about the industry is that it doesn't take a long time for you to make an annual salary. So for instance, if you work a 9 to 5 right now, it may take you 12 months in order to make $30,000 or $40,000. And depending on where you live, most individuals don't even make that amount of money. And so depending on just your experience, your influence, you can actually make that within 3 to 4 months of being in the tax industry. Okay, so it is possible to make good money in the tax industry. Next, there's no degree or education required. Okay, and so that's one thing that I also love about being in the tax industry is that you don't need anything else. What I do love most is that you don't need a degree, you don't need education. All you need is a few of the characteristics that I'm going to share with you in a little bit. So I don't care where you live or where you come from, you can be a part of the tax industry. So you don't have to grow up in a certain area. You didn't have to go to a certain high school or have a certain type of degree behind your name in order to be successful in the tax industry. So that means that you can be a good fit for this industry if you decide. Now, the rewards for being in the tax industry is that you can make the additional money to pay off your bills. You can start another business. You can use the money to travel. You can start a new career, or you can also save, create savings for you and your family. So the rewards for being in the tax industry, it is humongous. It is great. And so that's why I do encourage individuals which I'll share the characteristics to get into the tax industry because of the type of success that you can truly have in this industry. Now, let me be transparent with you because I also want to share with you why people choose not to go into this industry. Okay, so people choose not to go into the industry because of the risk that's associated in the tax industry. As a tax preparer, you can be penalized for filing taxes incorrectly if your files are being audited. It depends on what happens on those files, whether or not individuals go to jail. So the IRS, they do monitor and they do watch the files that you prepare. Another reason why people don't go into the industry is because they don't like people. In order to really be successful in the tax industry, you got to be a lover of people. You got to be able to communicate. You have to be a little passive aggressive at the same time in order to be successful. But I think that is also a characteristic that is needed for anyone who's going to be in business. So regardless of the type of business that you're in, a person that is more passive aggressive have the ability to succeed versus a person that is a little passive. Okay. And so you have to be afraid not to, success in this industry means that I'm not afraid to show up. I'm not afraid to tell individuals about what I do. I'm not afraid to let everybody in my family know that I work in the tax industry. It means that when I'm at a store, I'm not afraid to solicit clients. When I'm at family reunions, when I have an opportunity to talk about preparing taxes, I don't shy away from it, okay? Another reason that individuals choose not to go into the tax industry is because they don't like being responsible for others' information. As a tax preparer, you do handle just very sensitive information. So you basically get a person's life. You get their driver's license, social security number, you get where they live, their kids, their income, you get everything. You can actually recreate somebody by being in the tax industry because of all of the information that you will have on your clients. So a lot of times people don't like being in people business like that. That's why they choose not to go in the industry. And then another reason is they don't like change. So if you are a person who don't like change, then this industry may not be for you because the tax laws are changing, and it's important that you just stay updated, that you stay educated, that you're always taking continuing education credits and every year just doing a refresher. So a lot of times people don't like being in the industry is because they get overwhelmed by the new tax laws. And then last but not least, and I had to make this stand out, it's because of the competition, right? And so when you start talking about the competition, you feel like there's a tax industry, like a tax place on every corner. But there's no difference than it being a beauty shop on every corner. It's no difference from having a church on every corner. It's no different than having a McDonald's in every neighborhood. Like, it's no different. So when I started thinking about competition and when I started thinking about this industry, I say one thing, that what other people have going on is show don't stop no show. Okay, it don't stop nothing. Okay. What I do want you guys to be mindful of is who's your competition, who are the competitors, right? So you have three different type of competitors in this industry. You have your online software companies like TurboTax and TaxAct. And then you have, and this is where individuals start preparing their own taxes, okay? And then you have your big tax franchises like H&R Block and Liberty Tax. And then also you have other tax pros who are your competitors. So these are the three major competitors in the tax industry. But guess what, y'all? Let me just say this. Guess what? With all of that being said, it still have not stopped us from achieving our goals and dreams and helping others to do the exact same thing that we have done. Okay, this is one of the things that the tax industry have allowed us to do. I don't know if you guys noticed, but this used to be our backyard when we were getting an in-ground swimming pool installed. So we didn't buy a house that had an in-ground swimming pool, and we didn't get an above ground swimming pool. We got our own in-ground swimming pool installed. And this is because of the tax industry. And so I share this with you not to be braggart, but to give you hope that regardless of how many competitors that are out there, you too can still be successful in your industry, in whatever industry. I don't even want to just say the tax industry. Whatever industry that you go in, regardless of the competition, regardless of how many competitors are out there, it does not stop you from being successful, okay? Now, if this is, after everything that you have heard me say, if this is what you want to do, this is what you definitely need to know. Okay. So what does it take for you to get started in the tax industry? First of all, I think personality is a huge, it's so important. I believe that you need to be a go-getter, a person who's not afraid of people, a person who's not afraid to talk about the tax industry, a person who's not afraid to get a no from a person. I believe that having this type of personality help you to become successful in this industry. And also having a winning mindset, meaning that losing is never an option. Just because one person tell you no, it does not mean that everybody's going to tell you no. That means that you have the ability to keep going until you get new clients. Okay. Determination. You are determined to meet your financial goals and also to help others. So that means that you are not going to stop. You are not going to quit until you reach your personal goals. And so not only should you have goals to help other people, but you also need to have a financial goal to help yourself as well. And here's what I find a lot of times is that we do everything that we can to help other people. We go out of the way for other people. We break our neck for other people. And then when it's come down to us helping ourselves, guess what happened? We slack on ourselves. Okay. And that's no more. You set a financial goal that you want as to the amount of money that you want to make in the tax industry. And guess what? You become successful and you don't stop until you make it. Got it? All right. And then also you need dedication. You have to be dedicated and really be serious about it. Because if people think that you are like a mom and pops and you're not serious about the tax industry, guess what will happen? You're actually losing credibility and trust with people who could potentially be your clients. So that means that if you decide to be in the tax industry, it's some things that you may have to modify, such as the information you put on your social media page, what you share, because people are making an assumption or a perception about you, and they have to decide based upon what they see on social media whether or not they'll ever use your service. Okay, because a lot of times people make determinations based upon social media. You guys have done it. You have decided whether or not you're going to be a part of this webinar based upon the information that I show on social media, right? Okay, and it's the same way with you. People just have a perception of you based upon what you put out there. And so if you are serious, that means that you will make, modifications. You will do whatever is necessary in order for you to help as many people as you can and also to meet your financial goals. Okay, next, training. For me, this is one of the most important parts of being in the tax industry is making sure that you know the industry, learn the industry. The more you know, the more that you will be able to help people to understand the industry, and then the more that people will be able to trust you. The reason that people trust me with the knowledge is because of my credibility. I'm an educator in this. Now I work alongside with the IRS to provide quality online training for tax pros. So people, they trust the knowledge that I have in this industry because of the credibility that I've already have. Okay. And then also you have to be able to obtain a P10. A P10 is free, but in order to qualify for it, you have to just make sure that your taxes are up to date. And then also depending on your background, like whether or not you have had any felony or criminal charges that could possibly or not hinder your ability from going into the tax industry as a tax preparer. Okay. So being able to obtain a personal tax ID number. And this number is important because as a paid tax professional, this is how the IRS use to identify the taxes that we file. And any taxes that you file for a fee, that means that you have to have a P10 number in order to file those taxes. Okay. All right, so as a taxpreneur, this basically means a taxpreneur is basically an entrepreneur who work in the tax industry, right? And so you have different options. You get to decide whether or not you're going to work for yourself, if you're going to work under a brand, or you're going to work for a tax company. All right, so to work for yourself, this basically means that you're going to build your own tax firm. Okay, working under a brand means that you can work for Tax Genie Tax Service. You just work under the brand, but it's still like working for yourself because you'll be an independent contractor for a Tax Genie Tax Service. or you can work for a tax company. Like for instance, if we were hiring our tax company, you can work for us. Okay, so those are the three options that you have. If you decide that the industry is right for you, you can work for yourself, you can work under a brand, or you can work for a tax company. Okay, so let's talk about how, if you decide that you want to work under, let's say, work under a brand. This is me getting excited because this gives me an opportunity where you and we can work together with Tax Genie Tax Services. Okay. The great thing about working for Tax Genie Tax Services is that you get to keep 100% of your tax preparation fee. We provide you with the tax training. We assist you with your P10 application. We provide you with the professional tax software. We provide you with technical support. We provide you with a community of support. You're only tied to us for one tax season. We provide bank products for you, which you'll learn more about that. We provide a 30-day marketing plan for you, and then we'll also provide a one conference call a month. Okay, that's what working under a tax brand like Tax Genie look like. Okay, now if you work for a company, let's say if you work for, let's say, H&R Block. H&R Block, they'll pay you about an hour. So they'll pay you like, $10 or $11 an hour. If you work for a tax company, if the regular tax preparation fee is basically $350, you may make $125, or you may make $100 off of every file that you file. Is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. Because imagine, having 10 clients a week. If you're getting paid $100, that's still $1,000 for working for another tax company. Okay. But if you work under a tax brand like Tax Genie Professional Tax Service, if the tax preparation fee is $350, then guess what you keep in your pocket? You keep $350 in your pocket. So that's what working under a brand looks like. Now, some of you guys may be saying, well, what's the difference between working under a brand and then working for yourself? Working for yourself is that basically you'll have to do all of the things that are listed on your own. Okay. When you work for a brand, you have the support. That's basically what it means, is that you have the support and you have all of the things that are listed. So you don't really have to figure out how to become successful on your own. You have an expertise to work with you to make sure that you are successful in the tax industry. Okay. Now, in order to be a part of a brand, then you'll need your computer, a desktop or laptop, a laser printer, a file box with locks so that you can keep your client's file. You'll need a dedicated phone line, which you can get from Google Voice, Sideline, Grasshopper, and then a scanner or an app that would allow you to scan your client's files. Okay. All right, so if you decide that you want to work under our brand, then Tax Genie Tax Service, the investment is only one time of $399. We have a payment plan where you can pay $149 down and 3 payments of $99. And so you're saying, well, what do I get for that? You get all of this. We'll provide you, you keep all of your tax preparation fee. We're going to provide you with the tax training and get you 16 hours of continual education credits that is reported to the IRS. We're going to assist you with your P10 application. You don't have to worry about paying for your professional tax software. We are partnered with Tax Genie as well, and we are backed by the #1 professional tax software in the world. We have technical support. That means that we have a team of individuals that are there for you throughout the tax season to help you with technical support. You're going to have a community of support. You're going to have a community of other tax professionals who are in the industry that can answer any questions that you may have. Also, we help you with getting your bank products, meaning that clients don't have to pay for their tax preparation fees out of pocket. It'll come directly out of their refund. We're going to help you with getting you 30 days marketing plan, how to attract your clients. And then also, you're going to have a conference call with us once a month to answer any questions that you may have. So you're not out here by yourself. So again, the investment is one time $399, or you can pay $149 down today, lock in, start training tomorrow, and 3 payments of $99, and we'll work the payment plan out for you if you decide this is exactly what it is that you want to do. If you decide that, yes, I want to be a part of Tax Genie Tax Services, all you have to do is text us, and you'll text Tax Genie to 205-423-5546. That's Tax Genie. You'll text it to 205-423-5546. Okay. Now, you may want to ask why you should partner with us versus any other company. The most important part is that you get me. Absolutely. I am more than confident in what I do in the industry. A lot of people, they don't have me. I am a problem. I solve problems for individuals that are in the tax industry because I know this industry. When individuals are getting audited, tax offices are getting audited, they bring me in to audit proof their offices to help them to pass their audits. If they have questions, they come to me because I know this industry. So you get me, you get my years of experience, you get my level of expertise, you get my accomplishments that I have already achieved in the industry. I've already did what I teach other people to do over and over again to build 6-7-figure tax firms. My track record speaks for themselves. People can say whatever they want, but they can never say that I don't know the tax industry. I know this industry like the back of my hand. And then also, I have a desire to see you win. I want to see you surpass what I've already done in the industry. So that's why you should partner with Tax Genie Tax Services. I want you guys to connect with me on social media. You can connect with me, D. Edwards Online. And then also you can connect with other tax professionals, including myself, at Taxpreneurs of America. And you can find that on Facebook, okay? All right, so now this is my opportunity to answer any questions that you guys have about just about the tax industry. You can unmute your phones and we will go from there. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to ask me whatever questions that you may have. Nika, do you have a question? I'm gonna unmute you. Ms. Horton,
No,
do you have a question?
not at this time, I don't.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see.
I have a question.
Okay. Who's that?
This is Felicia. Could you give the number one more time?
Tax Genie. Text Tax Genie. 205-423-5546. If you
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. If you guys decide, hey, I just want to totally do this on your own, what I do suggest is that you go ahead and get the training that you totally desire. You need to get training. Get the training, get the continuing education credit, really learn about this tax industry so that the IRS will also know that you are serious about the industry. So if you need just training, you guys can go to IRS taxschooling.com, or you can go to taxpreneuracademy.com so you can start with your training. If you decide that you want to partner with other companies, you need to go ahead and do that now. You need to go ahead and do that now. So if you decide that you're going to work for yourself, you need to go ahead and get the ball moving, because around November is the time that you really should be solidifying your clientele, okay? So again, like I tell you guys, that this industry is basically for anybody can get in this industry, but in order to truly be successful, you just have to have, like I said, like a winning mentality. You have to have like a winning mindset, and to know that you can truly do this, and you're really willing to dedicate yourself to learning, taking your clients serious, letting them know that they can trust you with their information. Okay, so that's important for you guys. Okay, let's see. Do anyone have any other questions for me? If you do, you can just unmute your phone line.
Dee, this is Donna Davis.
Hey,
Hey,
Donna.
how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How you doing?
Good. I missed the first part of the presentation. Is there any way I can have access to it at some point?
Yes, I'll reach out to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else? I got something. Yeah, that's my baby. Okay. All right, so if there are no questions at this time, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that I have helped you guys to decide whether or not this tax industry is right for you. You learned about what it takes to be successful in this industry. You also learned about the cons, and then also you learned about your different options that you have to go in the tax industry and whether it is right for you. And so once you decide what you're going to do, I want you guys to go hard. Whether we become partners or not, I want you guys to know that you can win in whatever industry, whatever market that you are in, whatever you put your mind to do, you can win, you can be successful. And again, there's no limit to what you can actually do in this industry. And it's one of the few industries where you can just, like the sky is truly the limits. Thank you guys so much for trusting me. And my name is Dee Edwards. I look forward to connecting with you guys soon. Have an amazing night. And again, thank you. And again, I look forward. Oh, did somebody say something?
I'm sorry. I have one more. Is there a time limit on this offer? With
Yes. I'm so sorry. Yes, ma'am. It's 10 days, just due to the fact that we have to get your training started like ASAP. Yeah, we need to get your training started and start getting you set up. So within the next 10 days. But if you're interested, just text us and then just let me know, and then I'll reach out to you personally and we can kind of work out something, okay? Because for us, the money is not the issue. We want people to make an investment so we'll know how serious you are about being in the industry. So just reach out to us and we can discuss options, okay?
I'm definitely interested.
All right, I look forward to receiving your text. Hi, Jaquella.
Okay.
Oh, I have one question also. It's Michelle.
Oh, hey, Michelle.
Hi. Are we, if we go with under you, would we submit the returns ourselves, or we had to wait for someone from your company?
No, you'll submit the tax returns yourself.
Okay. Thank you.
Jaquella, did you have any questions? I think I saw your hand up. Okay. Okay. All righty. Oh, can you hear me? Okay. All right. And so you guys can also reach out to me personally if you guys have any additional questions. Thank you guys so much for your time and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Toodles for now.